Hi everybody. Today I'm in the dark room and I have the lights on because I tried to do this with the lights off, and just to show you how dark it is in here. When I turn the lights off, it's basically me taking a video of, well, an orange light. So when you do this, you're going to be doing this obviously with the regular white lights off, but for me, I'm doing it with the lights on. So today what I want to do is show you how to make what's called a test strip. And to do that, you're obviously going to need to be in the darkroom, and you're going to be working with your enlarger. So let's go back and review and talk a little bit about some of the things you're going to need to do. First off, at this particular station, the time-of-light clock looks like this. The button's in the middle, okay, as opposed to this time-of-light clock, where the button is off to the side. Does the exact same thing. This time-of-light clock, you would move this back and forth. Sometimes this is a little bit difficult. So for example, that's 10 seconds, that's 5 seconds. For this time-of-light clock, this is obviously set at 2 seconds right now. And then that's the T and the F. This will just turn the enlarger off. And if you put it on F, it turns the enlarger on. I don't know how well you can see that because the lights aren't on, but I'm going to turn that off for now. Okay, and the same thing over here, you've got T and F. Okay, so all of that's the same. Other things you need to do with your enlarger before we get started is the negative carrier in this particular case is already in the enlarger. If it's not already in the enlarger and you can't find it, the first place you should look is the drawer, whoopsie, underneath your station. I just exposed my paper. So I'm going to throw that away. Actually, I'll use that as an example. All right. So make sure that this is in the enlarger. Make sure it's, again, you see the ring side should be face down. You're going to put it in, make sure you snap it in place, and then close this up. That's important so this light doesn't leak out. And then make sure this is closed too and there's no filter in it, and that if you do have a filter compartment at the bottom, make sure that that is over to the side. Okay. Other things you're going to want to do on the side, of course, I've already made sure that my enlarger, when I did this, was unlocked, so I can turn it. You see there's this little switch right here, and basically if I move this up and down, you can see, like, for example, now, let me move it down a little bit. So now I'm set at almost about 13.5 inches. I'm going to move this up, and this is what you're going to do too. You're going to move this up to 20 inches. And basically, let's talk about the theory behind this. You're going to be projecting light down from here onto the base of the enlarger. And so basically, the more, first of all, this will give you a wider amount of light to work with, because if you think about it, you're kind of backing away, so the light's going to be less intense and there'll be more of it. Okay, so far this is what I have set so far. I've got an empty negative carrier. There's no negative in here. We're not actually making a picture. And I've got my enlarger set to 20 inches as the height. Okay, other things I want to do for now, and this might have to change, I'm going to set my time-of-light clock to 2 seconds. Okay, and the last thing I'm going to need to do, and it's hard for me to show you this just because it's so dark in here, but I'm going to turn the light off and see if I can do this. Okay, so the light is off. You probably can't see a thing, but if I turn my time-of-light clock on, nope, it's too dark. That's unfortunate. I'm going to have to turn the light on again. All right. So I'll just kind of explain this situation, but the enlarger's on right now, and I showed this to you guys before, but I don't know how well you can see this, but underneath the enlarger there is the aperture. So what I'm talking about is right, boy, that's dark even with the lights on, right here. And you can see the light is actually on with this. There's an aperture, and you can see I'm moving it back and forth. So what you're basically going to be looking for is the light will either be dim or bright when it hits down here. And I'm going to turn it to the dimmest setting. Okay? Dimmest setting. Let's try that first. And what I'm going to do is, let's just pretend for a second that I can see the light projecting down here. So I can see it down here. So I'm going to turn my time-of-light clock off. Okay, now everything I'm about to do, I'm going to do completely in the dark with the red light on, obviously. I'm not doing this in the light, but because, again, I